Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Aubin Bradley about A Loud House Christmas, which recently premiered on Nickelodeon. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
So, I mean, this is a question I'm sure you could ask everyone who's in the film. I mean, how many episodes of Loud House have you watched since shooting this film?
So, I used to watch The Loud House when I was younger. When I was maybe 6 through like 8, I always watched The Loud House. It was probably my favorite TV show. So, I've probably watched mostly all the episodes and every like season since the point when I like stopped watching the show. But when I was like on set, I would watch the episodes about my character.
Yes,
So-
like for research too, right?
Yeah, totally. Because they were like telling you, get to know your character, do some research, maybe find some fun facts or something. So
It's interesting too because I'm sure the combination of like before you got casted for this, you know, The Loud House is a very popular show. So even before getting casted for this, you were very familiar with the show?
yeah, because like when I got the audition, I was like, wait, Loud House live action? Like I thought that was really cool.
It's pretty interesting too because that's kind of a unique project for you as well. Your sister was in this as well. You know, something that's kind of never been done before, right? Like a live action of a very popular cartoon.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would like definitely do well and it would have like a big like impact on like the Nickelodeon community.
Yep.
Just because Loud House is so loved that bringing it to real life would just be even better.
Absolutely. It's interesting too because it dropped on Nickelodeon November 26th. What's it like kind of having a film out that kind of starts at the end of November when we're kind of getting ready for the holiday season and everything, and people can kind of watch it all throughout December and the beginning of January? That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think it definitely gives some people like time to like get into that holiday spirit and like get ready for Christmas, which I love the movie. I think the Christmas theme just like it was like making me in the mood, even though we filmed it in like April. Yeah. April.
Yes. I saw the best thing too. One of my favorite things, and one of the reasons, Alvin, why I started Popternative is I love the behind the scenes talks. And I love all the videos that were posted of behind the scenes. The snowmaker with the ice.
Yeah, that was amazing.
How much fun was that? That whole scene.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was like I've never like played. I've never really had like a true snowball flight like that with like 11, 12 people.
Yes.
So it was crazy. And especially since it was like 90 degrees and it was like hot, having like snow, it was like really exciting.
Absolutely.
Like,
It's interesting too because I spoke to your sister about this too. When the trailer came out for the movie, it's so funny how like they show all the characters in the Loud family and they show like the cartoon version and then the live action version. There's so many characters in the Loud House.
yeah. Well, that's why it's the Loud House.
There's so many. Does it hit you even when you're on set, like how many people you got to work with? Like it's a lot of people.
It was crazy because a part of me feels like if I ever like book something where it's like there's like one kid, I feel like I'd be so lonely because now that I've worked on like a Loud House thing, like I'm expecting like 10 other kids to like be with me, hanging out with me at the hotel, but like it just like it's a unique experience, which I like.
What was it like working with your sister Catherine on this project?
So I really did like it a lot. I feel like we definitely did get to like help each other and like we also would always like go over the lines, make sure we knew what we were doing, and like we always like I don't know if I like put everything in the movie, but me and Catherine always were like interacting with each other just because we're already siblings.
Yeah.
But sometimes she would get on my nerves, and then but that's a whole other story.
Well, because you already see her all the time too, because she's your sister, and you're like working with her, right? No, it's so funny. It's so cool also to see the reaction and the reception from A Loud House Christmas all over the globe. I mean, what's that been like for you and your family and Catherine seeing that?
Well, it's definitely been like not overwhelming, I would say, but I feel like the overwhelming response of like love.
Yep.
has been like incredible because part of me it makes me feel like proud and it makes me feel like I feel like people like it, so I guess that makes me really happy. But I'm like really excited to maybe like do a series or sequel or something to go back to just keep the fans loving the show.
Absolutely. Oh, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
No, absolutely. But it's interesting too because your character also is very unique in the Loud House as well. What was it like preparing for that character? What can you tell us about kind of the preparation? The haircut, the clothes, like what was that all like for you?
So that was actually a lot. I do agree. I feel like Lucy is definitely a little more unique than some of the other characters in the show. I mean, everybody does have their specialness, but like becoming Lucy was just like a whole thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like an energetic person. I'm really happy all the time. But like when then you have to go to somebody who's just like gloomy, straight faced, and just like has a deadpan voice, which was like crazy. But a part of me was like, I can learn from it, and I think that'll like help me like learn more and like get better at acting. So now the transformation. That was hard. So
Was it
my
long in like the makeup hair and makeup chair at times?
Yeah, it actually was pretty long. I kind of learned how to like do my own makeup, but like my hair used to be all the way down my hips and like now it's like down here, which I actually like it. Like I keep like cutting it shorter cuz I don't want it to grow back. And then I actually learned how to do my own spooky makeup after a little while, so
No, that's amazing. Was there a specific like episode or like scene with Lucy that you kind of went back, whether it was the research or whether it was just for fun, that you kind of watched over and over again? Was there anything? Was there like an inside joke with like an episode with the cast at all specifically? Like, I'm just curious about that.
there is one episode in particular that stands out. I think this is in the cartoon, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So it's the one of the episodes called Sand Hassles. So it's basically where like like deadpan people who are like more like graveyard cemetery stuff like don't typically like the beach. So her class field trip was like going to like the beach for a class field trip. She didn't like it, so all of her like I guess you could say like her like more gothic friends would like hide under a tent and stuff. But Lucy, I guess she just like kind of liked the beach. So she would be like pretend to like lose something or drop something. She'd be like, "Oh no, I have to leave the tent." But then in between, when she would always like leave, like go like she would like go in the ocean, go surfing. Like I feel like that just like shows a part of Lucy in that episode that like some people like don't know.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's really, really cool. It's so much fun. Has it hit you yet that you have like you're part not only are you part of like the Loud House family, but that you're part of the Nickelodeon kind of family? Like that's a pretty amazing global big family, iconic family. What's it like being part of the Nickelodeon family a little bit, Alvin?
To be honest, I don't even really know what's like in front of me because like what am I? I'm 11, so I'm just like even I've like already like filmed like a cup. I've done a good amount of things already. So like just like I don't even like know how to like feel. I don't really think I've completely like thought it through. Like oh my gosh, I've been in a movie. Millions of people have watched it. Like I
Yeah.
haven't even like still processed it because it's just like a lot of like overwhelming happy response.
Was it like the balance of like work, school, leisure, and friends? Is that is that becoming more and more manageable for you? Do you find because you're getting used to it, like, or do you still find it kind of challenging to balance everything these days?
Well, it definitely is hard to balance everything. Well, set we had to do school and set where
Yep.
in the beginning we banked hours. It was just like a whole like thing where you like when you're filming, if you need more time to film, you would take hours from your school bank if you like couldn't do enough school that day. So we actually did like quite a lot of surprisingly a lot of school on set. We had like three different awesome tutors. So we definitely did a lot of school. But it's definitely still hard for me to balance like friends, school, acting. I dance, I do soccer. It's hard to balance everything. Like I just moved schools this year and I like my new school, but since I like work a lot and I'm on other projects and when I like do other projects and stuff, I have to leave school like early or not be able to go to some of the days, which is like a little like it's not I don't really like to miss school because I feel like I just miss out on my fun friends. But I'm balancing it pretty well, I think, because I
Yeah.
kind of get a little bit of everything.
Oh, absolutely. Were there any learning experiences for you kind of as an actor or as a storyteller working on a Loud House Christmas? Like, is there anything you could tell us about that?
I definitely feel like I did like grow as an actor and definitely did learn a lot because we had a lot of like adults on the show who would
Yeah.
always like give us advice and things, which I thought was really like nice, and I always took the advice and like made a difference. But I think even like every new project you work on is just like not like another like excuse to just be better and like learn like how to like expand your knowledge in acting, I could say.
No, absolutely. That's a great answer.
Mhm.
Before we wrap up very quickly, when they watch A Loud House Christmas on Nickelodeon, what are you hoping they get out of it, takeaway wise?
I'm really hoping they get out of it. I feel like the whole movie just ties all the way back into family.
Yep.
So I'm really hoping that everybody can just come together with their family, and that's kind of what I feel like the point of the show was like is to like know that family is probably the most important thing. So I'm really hoping everybody knows family is really important. So that's probably
Great answer. Great answers, Alvin. Seriously, great answers. Alvin, thank you so much for coming on Popternative. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
A Loud House Christmas, which premiered November 26th on Nickelodeon. So it's out there. They'll be able to watch it again, which is amazing. And they want to keep up to date with everything. I believe there's an Instagram account they could follow you on.
There is an Instagram account at Alvin Bradley Official. So just follow me there.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popturnative, youtube.com/Popturn for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Alvin Bradley from A Loud House Christmas on Nickelodeon and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.